So here is what stuck actually looks like.
We've outgrown the house and moving just feels impossible.
We can sell, but where do we go?
Our rate is really great that we got back then in the COVID days. So we're just waiting for interest rates to keep dropping.
We look online and we get so overwhelmed with all these apps. So we end up closing the app.
But stuck doesn't mean that you're unhappy. It just means that you don't see a clear next move. And that's where we come in to help you.
We're going to cover the 5 real reasons why homeowners feel stuck. So Chad, what is the number 1 reason?
Your interest rate. You got that fantastic interest rate during COVID, that 2019 to like 2022 interest rate era, where you got that maybe even as low as like 1% interest rate, but most people got that 2 to 4% interest rate on their house. And when you do the math, it just doesn't quite add up for you to sell your house and jump from a 2% interest rate to a 6% interest rate. At least it doesn't add up when you do the math.
So let's talk about that sticker shock of looking at that monthly payment. That fear is more greater than the actual math. Many homeowners actually stop right here and never run the numbers to the actual real numbers.
So if you actually talk to a lender and you sit down and you go over the actual numbers with them, yeah, your monthly payment may go up a little bit, but a lender can say, you know what, the house that you're in right now may be smaller for your family. Let's say you only have 1 kid right now and you're in a 2-bedroom house, but you plan on growing your family and you need a bigger house with more square footage. Yeah, your payment may go up a little bit for a bigger house, but you're getting the house that you actually need for your growing family. So you're getting what you need for a bigger monthly payment, but it makes sense at the end of the day. So sure, you're giving up your interest rate, your COVID interest rate for a bigger interest rate, but you're also getting what you need for your growing family and for your lifestyle now. So does that bigger monthly payment make sense for you at this time? Can you afford that monthly payment? Does it just make sense for your life right now? Only you can answer those questions. We can't answer that for you.
So the number 2 reason why the homeowners are afraid to move is, if I sell, then what? The fear of selling first and not having a place lined up is the fear of being homeless in the interim. If I don't have family around, if I don't have friends that are able to put me or put us up, where do I go? And the fear of not finding the right house. So that can actually go into your personal wants and compromises when looking for a house.
So Aalia and I have solutions for that. When we sit down with you and you want to talk about selling and then buying, we go over your wants and needs for you when you're looking for a new house. What is a want versus a need? What you need in a house is very specific. Like you may need 2 bathrooms because you have a growing family and you're tired of fighting with your wife and your child over bathrooms every morning. But do you want a 3rd bathroom or do you need a 3rd bathroom? That's another question.
And the 3rd reason for if I sell, then what is fearing of renting temporarily and getting trapped. A lot of the apartment complexes around Kenosha also has an early out clause, but you will definitely need to read your contract before you sign. Some will require a 30-day notice, some will require a 90-day notice. But again, you must do your due diligence and read your contract before you sign, especially if you are just doing it temporarily. Make sure you read that contract.
And if you happen to sell your house before you buy another house to find, pretty much all the hotels here offer long-term stays there. So you could stay there for a couple weeks to maybe a month or 2 between the time that you sell your house and you find another house. Or there's always Airbnbs here in the Kenosha area that you could stay at as well if you'd rather stay at an Airbnb like a house instead of a hotel. So there are options in between of you selling your house and buying another one. Or you can always ask the buyer for a rent back option where you just stay in your current house between then and when you find another house. That's always an option too that we're seeing sellers do right now. So number 3, Online advice can really scare you. All you do is pay attention to the national headlines and talk to your friends who tell you not to move because there's a market crash coming soon and you're going to lose all the equity in your house and house values are not going up. That can be really scary when you're listening to it in the moment, but a lot of that stuff is not true and it's not comprised to our local market here. The headlines that you see on the news are national headlines. They pertain to the national real estate market, not to the local Kenosha real estate market here.
And make sure you talk to your local realtors like us to really tell you what exactly is happening in the market currently. The number 4 reason is lifestyle change, and the house just hasn't changed with you. So we've talked about people or families are growing. What about people who actually are empty nesters? What then? That 5-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms may not fit your lifestyle anymore with only 2 people, 1 or 2 people.
Who wants to clean all that?
Oh, not me, that's for sure. And especially as you get older, and I know we're feeling it too, that you don't want those stairs anymore and you just want something easy to just go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you have some aging parents that just can't take care of their house anymore. Maybe you need to find like a nice ranch for them that doesn't have any stairs. Maybe you need to find them a house that's closer to you. Maybe they live in a different city from you or even a different state from you. And you'd like to find them a house that's local here to you so you can be closer to them in case something happens.
As we're talking about parents getting older, what about the house getting older? Those maintenance repairs just keep stockpiling on, and the money you once had is no longer there. It gets tiresome. And that's when you start to think, is this lifestyle for me?
Maybe it's time to upgrade that house to a new one and sell your current house to a flipper who can take care of all those repairs for you. So number 5 is emotional fatigue. Moving is exhausting. I personally don't look forward to ever moving again. I'm sure we will move again in our lifetime, but moving is exhausting. Packing up your whole house, especially if you've lived in your house longer than a few years, you accumulate a lot of stuff. More stuff than you realize. God, I can't think of how much stuff we have in our basement right now.
And the decisions overload. Do we get a moving company or should we just get friends and feed them pizza and beer?
Should we get a dumpster and throw away half of our stuff?
Or all of our stuff?
What do we keep? What do we throw away? It can be exhausting going through a move. It is a big deal. It's not something to take lightly.
So let's talk about that myth that we hear all the time. You either stay in your house forever or you move to that perfect house
that you're going to stay in forever. There are in-between options, believe it or not. You don't have to stay in one house forever. You don't have to find the perfect dream house that you're going to stay in for the rest of your life. You can move into one house for the next 2, 3, 5 years and buy another house. We see people do it all the time. It is actually quite common in the American lifestyle to move pretty frequently.
So in reality, there are options. One is you have to buy first before you sell later. There's always options that you can put into the office to purchase, like a home sale contingency, meaning that you need to sell your home before you purchase this other one, or that rent back option, as well as Chad had mentioned earlier.
There are short-term rental options like Airbnb, long-term rentals at hotels, motels if you prefer a motel over a hotel, something like that.
Or make sure, like we said before, you can always rent short-term in an apartment complex as long as you read your contract and seeing that clause there. If they don't have that clause, I would walk away and go and seek out the other options.
Just make sure that you're doing strategic timing and you're not guessing it. You're not doing it all on the fly and kind of making it up as you go along. That's when mistakes happen, and that's when you get lost in the shuffle and you have no idea what's going on next.
Most people don't need more courage. They actually need better information, and that's where we come in.
So Aalia, let's talk about the 3 questions that unstick people from their analysis paralysis about moving.
So the number 1 question is, if nothing changes for 3 years, would I be okay with that? So this means that if you were to stay in a house for 3 years and nothing has changed, whether it's your lifestyle or even the maintenance, abundance of maintenance, would you be okay staying in that house?
Number 2 question, is my house still working for my life, or am I just comfortable there? So that means kind of like question 1, is my house still working the way that I want it to, or am I just comfortable here? Am I just complacent?
And number 3, have I actually explored all my options, or just assumed that they weren't there? So meaning that, did you work with your local realtors and explore all the options that are out there that may fit your lifestyle and your family and or your budget? Did you do your due diligence?
So if you're watching this video and you were thinking to yourself, Chad and Aalia made some really good points, maybe I do need to start thinking about buying or selling or upgrading or downgrading my house. What should you do next?
So if you don't need to move tomorrow, don't.
Nope.
If you don't need to time that market, talk to us. And you do actually deserve clarity.
Definitely. Sometimes one conversation replaces months of stress. Just give us a call or shoot us a text, and let's have a frank, honest conversation about your situation.
We'll go over the different types of numbers. We'll also go over what if scenarios in case that what if pops up. And it's no pressure. It's just a plan of not yet.
So if you're feeling stuck, that doesn't mean that you failed as a homeowner. It usually just means that you did something right. And now you're ready for what's next.
And then figuring that out is literally what our favorite part of our job is.
So give us a call or shoot us a text at 262-331-1621 or visit our website at chadscottrealty.com, and we're happy to help you out figure out your next steps.